I had a huge victory today. You know, a lot of times I don't take a look at myself when I ask myself why my kids react in a certain way. For example, if my kid has a temper tantrum and my response is anger, frustration, and they don't respond well, I need to take a look at me, dude. I need to take a look at my part in that and say, what am I doing? I'm the adult. I'm dealing with a 6-year-old, right? And so all the hard work I've been doing is paying off, you know? Because as soon as I walked out of my closet and to talk with him, I felt this peace, man. And I haven't felt that free in a long time. It was almost this freedom of like, bro, whatever happens, happens, and it's okay. And that's the energy that I came to him with. And you could see an immediate diffusion of the situation. He was still angry, you know, he's still learning how to process emotions and process his anger. But it didn't escalate. It didn't get worse. Because usually, or a lot of times, I can easily add gas to the fire because I'm emotionally immature, or I can't handle it, or I'm overstimulated, whatever it is. But I approached him with peace and love, man. And within a few minutes, the situation was completely diffused. He was calm again. He picked up all the stuff that he had thrown away, or that he had thrown, you know, because I had told him, like, hey, it's okay, dude. It's okay to be angry. It's okay what you're going through right now. Let's just be present together. But I had to explain to him once he calmed down that, yeah, it's okay to be angry. It's not okay to break things. It's not okay to destroy property. It's not okay to curse at people, call people names. When we express our anger, we express it in I. I am angry because I feel. And I know there's a huge discussion out there about gentle parenting versus old school parenting. Ultimately, there's a middle ground, dude. You know, it's a little bit of both. Because, yeah, I need to be loving and caring and gentle sometimes, but I gotta be firm as well. Especially with boys. Because ultimately, that's what men respond to. If I'm growing up and the man in my life is weak and crumbles easily and doesn't have a firm hand, then I'm gonna walk all over him and I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want. So it's like there's a balance there. This is just my opinion. I want to be loving, I want to be caring with my son, but I'm gonna be firm with him as well. You know, and I'm gonna let him know I'm not moving my ground, dude. These are boundaries that I've created. These are especially things that you need to know if you're going to operate in society. Ultimately, that you have a choice, dude. You can throw things if you want. You can break things, but there's going to be consequences to that. Because I don't want my kids to be robots either. I don't want to tell them every little thing they have to do. I don't want to micromanage them. Because then what happens when they get older? They're just going to be little robots, and then they're just going to blow a gasket one day and freaking flip. So they need to be able to be responsible for their decisions. So I teach them, hey, bro, if you want to act like a dick, go ahead, dude. If you want to go and break things because you're angry, no problem. But when you get older, there's consequences to that. And you have consequences now. You might lose friends. You might not get friends. You might get kicked off a team. You know, whatever it is. But I let them make the decision for the most part. Okay? The older they get, the more you can give them rope to make those decisions. Again, just my opinion. And I just wanted to share this victory because a lot of times we focus on the negative, man, and we're so stuck on what I'm doing wrong, what I could be doing better. And it's just a waste of energy. It's a waste of time. That's what I realized in this awakening that I've had, is that focusing on the positive is so much better. And awareness ultimately is the key. So that means, it doesn't mean that I'm just completely oblivious to my defects and the shit I do wrong, but it means I have that awareness, but I'm not going to beat myself up. It's like, oh man, yep, I did that today, but I'm not going to beat myself up, because what has happened for so many years before is I beat myself up for not being perfect, or not being what I'm supposed to be, or not being what people want me to be, right? And that just creates a vicious cycle of anxiety and depression. And, you know, for me, it's overeating. Some people, it's drugs and alcohol. You know, I'm in recovery. Some people, it's sex. Some people, it's money, shopping, whatever. You know, there's so many addictions out there, so many things we could be addicted to just to calm ourselves, because we're not accepting ourselves for who we are. We're not accepting ourselves for good and bad, because ultimately we're not broken. You're not broken. That's just something that your ego has created. Because imagine trying to fix yourself your whole life. At what point do you get fixed? It's insanity, right? Because you're not broken. Doesn't mean you're perfect. But what I'm talking about is the mentality that I'm okay, dude. I'm human. And I'm going to make mistakes. What really matters is having the awareness of what's going on around me, and being able to be present in each moment with the people that matter the most to me. And when you start doing that, you actually start realizing a lot of things about yourself. And some of the things you're not gonna like, and it's gonna be painful, but that's okay. And you're gonna start realizing that a lot of the stuff you're doing in your life, you don't even like. And that's okay too. But slowly but surely, you start getting in line with your true self, with your soul, with what's deep down under all this stuff, this facade, this character that you've created over the years. And pretty soon, you wake up one day and you have peace. And you have joy. And you have sadness. And you have anger. But it doesn't affect you like it used to. You're just aware of it. It's just a part of life. So, I hope this helps. If this resonates, click like, subscribe. We're going to keep feeding you content every week. Visit souldadrob.com. Take the nice guy assessment, man. I highly recommend. You're going to be surprised by the results. And there's also free resources on that website as well. And plenty of books that I highly recommend that changed my life. Take it easy, y'all.